What is up, people? Dunna here, and today we're gonna try and be as lazy as humanly possible. Sounds pretty good, right? Recently, someone reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try this piece of software called Gemea. Maybe it's Gemea and Jemima. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But essentially, this software is designed to use artificial intelligence to edit your photos for you, which means no more fiddling around in Lightroom, provided that this actually works as it promises. Now, I'm a bit of a control freak, so typically I like being in Lightroom and having all those little pieces that I can move around and decide what's gonna happen with it, but I thought, you know what, it would be a really cool experiment to see what would happen if I took some of my photos and saw how this artificial intelligence decided to edit them. So I've got 8 photos up here in Lightroom, and I've done kind of a regular edit, nothing too special to them, and we're gonna take those same 8 photos and put them over into Gemea, put them into the software and see how it chooses and kind of compare the differences. It's time to find out if we as photo editors can be replaced by robots. Let's do it. So like I said, I've got 8 photos up here, and I tried to put a little bit of variation in the ones that I chose so that we could see how it handles different types of photos. Now, once you download Gemea, it's really simple. It's gonna pop up in the middle of the screen here, and you just browse images. Now, right off the bat, something that I was worried about is that it wouldn't be able to handle raw images, but everything's raw here, and it handles it just fine. So let's grab that picture of myself first, and it takes a second to process. I can already hear my laptop fan going crazy because I've got both Lightroom and this program up, plus I'm screen recording. It says detecting objects, analyzing photos, correcting defects, doing magic. I like that it's doing magic. So this is the raw photo. You can see that I was using a prism at the time, so I got some funky stuff happening on the right side. And then this is what it did with the edit. And then if we were to compare that to my edit, obviously I went a little crazy with my edit compared to what they did. I made it a lot warmer. And then on the right-hand side, you've got a couple of options. You can retouch the skin, which intelligently chooses if there are any blemishes and that kind of stuff and gets rid of them. And then you've got basically filters you can put it through. So I have a funny feeling like this one will be the closest to what my original edit was. So it does a little bit of processing again. And then we've got our photo. Yeah, it's okay. You can definitely see some abnormalities, and you don't have any control, as far as I can tell, to push it any further or to do anything more creative with it. At the very top here, you have the ability to dial it back to kind of play with how much of the effect you get. And let's see what happens if I retouch the skin. Oh, it's thinking. Yeah, it definitely got rid of my little moles that I have on my face, or freckles, or whatever you want to call those. Smooth things out a little bit. Okay. I don't know that this was a perfect example of what it's capable of, but let's try another one. Let's add one here. No? Open. Okay, so it's processing. This is where you get to have a sip of coffee. Okay, so before and after the basic processing. So mostly it seems to have just kind of added a bunch of contrast, which I don't necessarily mind, but let's see what happens if I hit skin retouch, considering that our subject is facing the other way. I assume that when it uses the artificial intelligence to decide where to retouch skin and that kind of stuff, it's probably looking for faces. So the fact that Megan is turned the other way, I don't know if it would be able to detect it. You can turn this on and off, but it doesn't seem to have done much. And now if we compare that to my edit, again, I went a lot more like warm. It was a nice bright day out. I wanted to kind of show that the sun was nice and warm. And I also went with a lot less contrast and kind of a more faded look, which is just kind of the style that I like. Now let's pick one of these guys and see what it looks like. Onyx sounds nice. Okay, a little black and white action. Let's try Pyrite. Pirate? You can see some kind of weird stuff happening in the colors because of the filter that we're putting on top of it. On this right side, these filters that they have kind of seem like they're basically like Instagram filters. All right, let's grab the rest of these. Pretty sure I can open multiple at the same time. So this one being a landscape, hopefully it would treat it a little bit differently because obviously there's no skin in this one. So It's a little bit glitchy. It won't actually let me push all the way to see the entire image unless I make it smaller on the screen. Oh, and now I can't get at it. Now again, it's added a pile of contrast. It did do some stuff for the blues in the sky. Let's try agate and see if that does anything cool to this photo. And that sky is like so intense. It's not bad without the filter on it, but I am glad that they have it in two different stages. There's kind of like the correction where it sets your contrast and those kinds of things and your white balance, and it tries to fix for different objects, but then also that you can do the filter stuff after. So it's kind of like the way that I color grade video, where you do the color correction and then the color grade. Now, if we look at how I did this one, again, mine's a lot more kind of faded and it's got that kind of vintage fade look to it. I made my blues a little bit more teal than they had, and I didn't try and bring back so much of the sky because I find that that just looks, it's a little too much for me. Like for example, I would still want to edit this photo after. As far as like kind of cleaning things up and getting things looking half decent, it does a decent job. Let's try the big sky here. That's the original. That's how I edited it. And then if we hop over to Jamiya, again, the original, and here's what they did. It's not really even that far off of what I did with the photo. I think they did a little bit more dehazing. You can tell again that there's a lot more kind of contrasty sections in there. Maybe bumped up the sharpness a little bit. And again, I made my blues a little bit more teal. They kept them blue. Let's see what happens if we go emerald. Now our blues are teal. Also, so is everything else. It would be cool if they would have these filters and then allow you to just dial in just the filter. But when you add the filter to it, when you dial this back, it's dialing back not just to the corrected version, but all the way to the raw version. Let's try puppy here. So that's before, and that's after. I think it did a pretty good job of that one. It's not a whole lot to do, just a little bit of contrast. Theirs is a little bit brighter than mine was. I actually might like their edit better on this one than I did on my own. So here's a photo of Connor wearing the new Resonate merchandise, and here's what they did with it. So there's the raw again. Here's the fixed, and now let's hit that skin retouch and see what it does. Hey, so that's pretty cool. It did a really nice job of cleaning up just some of the kind of blemishes and stuff on his skin. I had done that in Lightroom. Again, I like to go a little bit warmer. We had that outdoor kind of look. I wanted it to be that way. It would be really cool within this program if you could actually do some of that stuff afterwards. So you're like basic correction, and then you can be like, okay, well, I want it a little bit warmer, those kinds of things, the way that you can in Lightroom, hit the auto button and then adjust from there if you want to. So overall, I think this was kind of a cool experiment to see if artificial intelligence, if robots essentially can replace me as an editor. I don't really think that that's what's happening here, but it is nice to just get something done real quick. Let's say I had a whole bunch of photos that I just needed the corrections done real quick. You could slam them into Jamiya or Jemiah or Jemima, or whatever it is. Personally, I don't think this is for me, but if you're the kind of person who really likes to take photos and really wants something kind of edited, but you don't like to go through the editing process, this could be really cool. And as far as I can tell, it's really affordable. I think it's only like $30 or something like that. You can do it either online, which could be handy if you travel a lot, or you can do it from the program that you download to either your Mac or PC. I'll leave a link in the description if this is something that interests you. And as always, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this program that allows you to essentially use a robot to do your editing for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.